Hi everyone, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe. Christopher Bouzy has been up to some sleuthing.
Dox someone or something?
Yeah,
I read a little bit.
Well, he's managed to unmask somebody that nobody's ever been able to unmask before, but he's been able to crack that code. And Stephanie and I are huge fans of hers. Megan's Mole on YouTube and Twitter. We just love her and she makes great videos. So I suggest if you're watching this and you haven't been over to Megan's Mole on YouTube, go over, give her a subscribe. She's got great videos.
Twitter. I follow her.
She's also on Twitter and she does a lot of funny stuff on Twitter too. Christopher Bouzy decided to just go on some rampage yesterday. And when I say rampage, I'm not being like dramatic in any way. I mean, he literally went off on this poor woman.
There's a lot of men going crazy out there.
There really is right now.
Something's in the air.
Something's in the air.
I know there's a new moon. There was a new moon last night, but I think that affects women. So
it usually affects us.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the guys right now.
But for some reason, the men have been barely holding it together.
Or just...
Yeah. Or have lost it completely. Yeah. So thank God it's not us.
Fascinating to watch.
Yeah, it's not us. He just went on a rampage yesterday.
Yeah, he was trying to dox Megan's Mole.
He was trying to dox Megan's Mole. Every single thing he did was a complete fabrication.
Didn't he end up doxing her? See,
no, because everything he said about her was false.
Okay.
He just, the picture, her everything, her background. I'm not going to get into the details because they were so ridiculous.
But Nate the lawyer has accused him of doxing women before. He's done this
This is something that he does. Now, a lot of people are like, he got drunk last night. I mean, his last name really does. It fit him so well.
Oh, and guys, Christopher Bouzy, by the way, is Meghan and Harry's what?
He's their expert. He's their online expert to prove.
He's their concierge. That's what he is.
He's the guy who was the one who could prove on Netflix that there was a targeted campaign against Meghan Markle online. And he also was the one who could prove that there was only about 8 YouTubers that were against her. And because of those 8 YouTubers, people kept retweeting and sharing their stuff. And that's what it was. It's impossible to dox us. I mean, obviously, it's completely
because our names are real.
I know. We use our real names.
And our pictures are real.
Yeah, we say where we live.
Sorry, guys. This is it.
We obviously understand that there are people out there that do not want to show their face and give their real name. And I completely respect that. There are people that want their anonymity, and Christopher Bouzy's goal in life is to just be a jerk.
He's a jerk.
I too have figured out who Megan's Mole is. I've done my research. The similarities are completely uncanny. And I think I've been able to crack the code a little bit better than Bouzy did. And I'm going to share it with you today on Twin Talk. Megan's Mole is DB Cooper.
I thought you were going to say you.
No, I wish it was me. I wish I was that cool.
I thought you were going to do that. I was like, this is like the setup of the century.
I would be so excited if I was Megan's Mole. I would be proud to be Megan's Mole.
Like, it's me.
I would be so proud. Leave her alone, Christopher Bouzy. First of all, you're completely wrong. Second of all, we get that your spoutable thing is a complete and utter failure, and and that's the other funny thing. He's having a meltdown on Twitter for the failure of spoutable. Yeah. That's another funny thing.
I'm saying these meltdowns this week.
It's just like meltdown.
From these guys have been just insane. So so Megan's Mole, we love you.
So
subscribe to her YouTube.
And BuzzFeed journalist, she calls herself a journalist. She's not really a journalist, but Ellie Hall. I think Ellie Hall needs to retract everything she ever said about calling Bouzy an expert because
I don't know who that is.
She's another Meghan Markle
Sussex Squad
simp. I don't know. What does simp mean? Have you ever heard of, like, people say stan and they say simp?
Oh, stan, we know.
What's stan?
That's like the biggest fan. Like,
okay.
Stan derives from the Eminem song Stan. You should know this because you grew up in that time.
Really?
But it derives from Stan. It was his biggest fan. So people call people that are like Barry Manilow, you're a Stan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I just taught my
Learn something new every day.
my older sister, by 1 minute.
I'm way older than her, so that's why I didn't know.
Something useful.
So don't dox people, Christopher Bouzy. You will fail miserably.
Yeah.
Every single
and who
time.
Cares? It's all ridiculous.
Yeah.
Guys are going nuts.
Everything he said about Megan's mole is completely false. We're saying that here. We're on the record saying that. So
another guy who has been going absolutely bonkers this week. I mean, we're talking unhinged. His name is Zachary Levi. He's not Jewish, by the way. He actually changed his name from Pew to Levi.
This is all for the public domain, so we're not doing anything. We're not giving you any information that's private, so just so you know.
So Zachary Levi has this new movie out, SHAZAM 2. People were saying, I think, 2 weeks before that the movie was going to bomb. So he got nervous.
Those who knew the movie was coming out.
Yes.
A lot didn't know.
He got nervous for Pfizer. He's not for Moderna.
He's a lot of things. Anti-vaxxer is the least of his worries at this point.
He's spiraling right now for some reason. And he goes on, what was it? It was like a 12-minute video last night? Was it 12 or 15?
It was 13.
13. Nancy watched did you watch the whole thing?
I'm actually doing a highlight clip.
But
you honestly.
You can show some clips here.
I haven't blamed anybody. There's not one single person that I have blamed. I legitimately haven't. By the way, this is a little bit of a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the movie. Sorry! You want to keep hating me? Go on and keep hating me. And listen, go see the movie. And if you've already seen it, go see it again. I would really appreciate people going and supporting this movie. So if you're looking for a movie for your family, all you haters out there are going to be like, oh, your movie sucks. And when that bell... almost like being in love. There you go.
You want to watch the highlight clip that I'm going to make of him completely having a meltdown.
Right.
I'm going to put it up on our YouTube channel right after I put this up.
So SHAZAM 2 comes out, okay? And it only makes $30 million domestic. That's a lot of money. But to Hollywood standards, that is a bomb, okay? Zachary Levi thinks that it's a good idea now to go on this WAN tour, kind of Prince Harry-ish, and start begging people to watch the movie.
There's plenty more time to go see this movie while it's still in theater. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I highly encourage.
It was very Meghan Markle Harry-ish.
Very.
So just know that I'm doing okay.
Thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
Because I do not want to be blamed for things that are not on me.
In the Oprah interview, you accuse members of your family of racism. You don't even...
Well, the British press said that.
You know, it's very reminiscent of Billy Eichner. I don't know if anyone saw Billy Eichner's rom-com where he's starring in a movie and it's same-sex couple and he's in love with his boyfriend.
Which has been done a million times.
The Birdcage is one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, I don't know why. He thought he was breaking the mold.
I just want to say, I went to it. I spent $20 at the movie theater, okay? Billy Eichner goes on Twitter and he knocks people like me. He says, we didn't get enough white, straight women to come out and see it. And that's like, hi, I did. I went to go see it. He starts knocking the people in the movie. He starts begging people to go see it. Now, Zachary Levi did the exact same thing, but for 13 minutes. And he's completely unhinged.
I personally think we need to give a little background on why he's even on our radar. So Stephanie and I are anti-fur.
Which everyone should be.
Which
they skin animals alive.
We obviously are very pro-animal because of our work with rescue dogs and everything like that. But about, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago, we were kind of like on this crusade to out movie sets and studios and people that wear the brand Canada Goose, because the Canada Goose jackets were everywhere about 5-6 years ago. And what they did, mainly on sets to keep the actors warm. And the problem with Canada Goose is, first of all, what they do to the geese is disgusting. Look it up. I don't want to get into it. And then second, what they do to the coyotes, that's the fur trim around the hood. what they do to the coyotes is even more disgusting.
It's evil.
It's completely evil
It's
practice. And these actors were going around wearing these jackets, and we wanted to give them the opportunity to know that what they were doing was wrong. This is an example of somebody that was really cool about it. There's an actress named Emmy Raver, and she was in the original production of Hamilton, and she then went on, I think she's on a show called Umbrella Academy, but she's very beautiful, and she
didn't know.
And she was at
the
airport, and she posted a picture of her passport and the jacket, and she didn't know. So we were like, hey, read this.
And
Nancy
Nancy and I are not the type of people that throw paint on people at runways.
No.
Not like, I'll kill you if you don't take it. We're
not
in that way, shape, or form.
My
okay?
boyfriend isn't a vegan.
I've never dated a vegan in my entire life.
Our family are not vegans. We don't get in people's grill. Like, how could you eat a burger?
All we're saying
I love everybody.
Is that the way they treat these coyotes, they're dogs basically.
Yeah.
How they kill them is inhumane, and we just wanted her to know. So she takes this very classy way. It just was like, God, I didn't know. She deletes the post. And she understands where we're coming from.
And from then on, she made it a point, if she wore something that looked like fur, she would say faux fur. And that kind of started a movement. Now, we weren't the only ones doing this.
No, not at all.
A lot of people were doing this. And it kind of started this kind of cool movement where actors started saying this is faux fur.
Right.
Even to the point where Kim Kardashian started doing it.
And a lot of fashion houses went faux. Went faux.
Yeah.
They did during that time.
Yeah.
So Zachary Levi has a picture of him petting a dog with his Canada Goose jacket on. Okay, so he's petting a dog while he's wearing dog fur. Okay, that was brutally murdered. We do the exact same thing.
Hey, dude, you shouldn't wear that jacket.
You shouldn't wear that jacket, man. Just please.
Take it down.
You know, we said we were very nice. We were like, you have so many kids that look up to you. Please take it down, blah, blah, blah. And other people were saying it
we
too.
weren't
Again,
the only ones. We were not the only ones doing it. It wasn't like it was just the Sidley twins going around freaking everybody out.
This is how, Nancy, you tell him how he read it, because I'm just so angry over it.
We also had one of him just drinking. And it's like, dude, like, my boyfriend's Canadian, so people do, just because you're in Canada, that is not a cool thing to do, walk around with But Canada Goose is not a brand that Canadians wear, like, at all. So it's not like, oh, I'm cool, I'm in Canada.
Very
like,
faux pas.
It's very faux pas. It's not a cool thing to do.
So he puts up these pictures. Well, again, we're very polite at first. No,
very polite at first.
Again,
I don't know. I can't remember if I was polite or not 6 years ago.
He never takes down the post, and he has his evil sister go after us.
We're not telling you to go after his sister. We're not telling you to go after his family. We're not telling you to go after him. All we're doing is telling you our side of the story, because this was public about 6 years ago, and he had a bigger platform than us, and he had no problem airing out our dirty laundry where people, his fans came after us.
He has his sister go after me and is talking to me on Instagram. She just went after me, man. It was like every little thing. I mean, my looks, my everything. And then I mentioned the fur. She said she didn't care. I told her how they kill the coyotes, how they skin them alive, how they beat them to death.
Well, how they trap them.
All that. She just did not care. Then she gets into these weird, like, racial things. She starts calling herself a Cherokee I word. You're supposed to say indigenous. I say indigenous.
They, for some reason, now I'm not 100% sure.
Allegedly,
he
was Jewish for a little bit to get parts.
For a little bit, yeah.
To get parts.
He's a Jewish First Nations.
He's not Jewish. I remember in one of the posts, again, this was 6 years ago, it was a long time ago. I have the screenshots, I think, where I was like, I'm just telling you, I remember I warned her. I said, I'm just letting you know, you probably shouldn't be writing this down. Okay? Say it, regret it, write it, regret it.
Yeah, don't ever
say it, forget it, write it, regret it. She was writing the words of that down, and I said, you might want to delete this. You sound extremely racist right now. She doubled down, man. She kept going and going. I was flabbergasted. It was the craziest thing I've ever heard. And then on top of his interviews about how he wanted, he said, yeah, he goes, I changed my name to Levi over Pugh. He goes, and I got a lot of Jewish parts. I got a lot of acting parts out of that. Hollywood embraced me. But then, I went to then I talked about my faith and I became myself again. I became this evangelical and I stopped getting roles. The racism that comes out of these two is just mind-boggling, okay? Again, Nancy and I, we got no skin in this game. We just want out. But for some reason on Twitter 6 years ago, his fans then start attacking me on my Twitter page.
Well.
And you.
Yes. More you so, because I was private.
Right. But he obviously was baiting it.
So the coyote fur, you are talking about how these coyotes are dying for the fur. Well, I think you need to go and take a deeper dive into coyote populations and how those are handled and why they're handled and where they're...
Oh my God, you're an idiot. He was obviously baiting it because he was talking back to me and his sister was talking back to me and they were being extremely crazy.
But I think you're just attacking people because you don't have anything better to do with your lives. If you look at your social media, all you are petulant and mean and angry and vicious.
Down.
And even though I told my sister...
Yeah, why don't we get to the tweet that changed it all?
This is his response to my sister and me, telling him, please stop wearing fur. Hey, y'all.
People that say, hey, y'all.
I know.
Oh.
I so appreciate you trying to speak some truth to these girls, but I would advise you to just leave them be. They're unhinged, truly. They are only trying to get a reaction out of any of us. It gives them the power and identity they are so desperately lacking. And then he puts a Jesus sign up. Well, that was BS. Because are we looking for attention here now?
If anything, 6 years ago, because my account was private. I was
she's
not
the innocent bystander.
6 years ago, I was not wanting attention whatsoever, and I remember complaining constantly about getting that sort of attention.
So he puts that up, and of course Nancy and I, we put a curse on him. It's just, it's a home Italian curse. Okay,
yeah, it's like
let's cut to present day.
Yeah,
the curse came true.
Yeah,
he only made $30 million domestic, and now he's lost his mind, and he has become unhinged. Jesus is not going to save him now.
No, he needs Jesus.
Y'all.
His sister and him really went after my sister. So again, if you go after me, I usually don't care. I usually just let it go. But if you go after my sister, I will go at you harder, like 100%.
Where the curse came in.
Yeah, so the curse did work. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, the curses we've been doing lately, they've been working.
They have been working really well.
I've been pleasantly surprised.
Well,
you gotta wait.
Oh no, I talked about this a long time ago.
You gotta wait.
I told you this. I don't think it's a curse. I think it's manifestation because.
But that's a form of curse from the Italian generation.
Yeah, if you tell an Italian, then they say, yeah, these girls are witches. But like,
that's a compliment.
If anything, it's manifestation. And I say this to anybody. You know how like you make fun of vision boards, but I made a vision board 6 years ago, and it came true.
And that's what I love about the curse that we. Did on Zachary Levi is that we really put the time in and we had patience.
A lot of people, this is the problem.
Patience is the key to a good curse because if you curse someone,
yeah,
you can't go, oh, tomorrow it's going to happen.
Why hasn't it happened?
You can't. You have to let it ride out. And so he's obviously unhinged and he's obviously has a screw loose. So
yeah, and to be honest with you, all joking aside, when it does come to mental health, I really do hope he does have family members checking on him because if you watch the video from start to finish,
we didn't curse his mental health. We cursed the movie.
I did not curse his mental health.
We cursed the movie.
I did curse the movie.
Right.
And
that came true.
And that came true.
Yeah. But he should go seek some help or maybe go talk to, don't evangelicals have pastors?
I don't know, but I really do feel for him at this point after watching this. Stephanie hasn't watched it, but I did watch it and I was really feeling bad at one point. Like, I can't believe I'm laughing. I did laugh the whole time, but I felt bad for laughing.
So he's gone insane. Christopher Bouzy's got, like I said, the new moon came in and boom.
Yeah. So
took out all these men.
Yeah. So we're going to have a live tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Whoa, what? That is extremely, really?
Yeah, that's when normal people are awake and out.
That's going to be tough.
Okay, so 10 a.m. West Coast,
Wow.
North America. So everybody else, you're really good at doing the math.
talk ab-
I've been gathering information on this whole visa thing going on.
Yeah.
And
I've been reading about all that stuff.
the Heritage Foundation, which I never thought I would agree with them. They are a far conservative organization. They are,
Who are they?
questioning, I'll explain it tomorrow, but they are questioning his visa and why he's here and da-da-da. Harry's not in a good place right now. Harry's not doing very well.
I think
Meghan, this was her plan the whole time. I think she's got him right where she wants him, in a situation where he's completely helpless now.
Yeah.
And he's
Dependent on her.
completely dependent on her. Now, if she doesn't go to the coronation, you're going to see a divorce faster than you've ever seen, because that's going to prove that Harry is no use to her anymore.
Oh yeah.
He's done.
So it's sad about the drug use, and let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, but at some point he's got to take responsibility.
I agree, but when you're on drugs,
So I want to
Good
hear
luck.
I want to hear your opinion tomorrow. I want to talk with you about it. I want to share the information that I've gathered this week on it. I think there's going to be a lot to talk about. So please join us tomorrow at 10 a.m.
that is so early.
North America. And
Oh,
sorry.
your boyfriend's texting you.
He keeps wanting me to watch the show on Netflix. I don't even know what he's talking about. I don't know.
I'm on Peacock now.
Yeah. So
Peacock, Vanderpump Rules. We never talk. Maybe, would anyone like to talk about Vanderpump Rules tomorrow?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. If you'd like Stephanie and I to do a video, because she's been on me about this, if you'd like us to do a video on Vanderpump Rules, if you even know what that is, which I don't, please tell us in the description below, and
I'm
we
gonna
will.
get so creamed over this, and everyone's gonna go, God,
And
no.
I promised her, if we get anybody interested in it, we'll do a little video on Vanderpump Rules. Stephanie will
fine,
explain
guys.
it to me.
It's fine.
If not, we won't have to do it. But join us tomorrow, and we're gonna talk drugs, Harry,
Yay.
coronation, visa
I'll be
application.
half awake.
And we hope to see you then. Hey guys, Stephanie and I are back. Oh, Stephanie, you've changed. Actually, it's me and Lady. What do you mean? I just wanted to mention the charity that we're doing because of this episode that we were talking about, the anti-fur movement. On those Canada Goose jackets, you could actually unzip it or unbutton them and donate the fur to a great organization called Coats for Cubs. And this place is great. It's an organization that takes baby animals that have been orphaned because of traps that were set out by people like Canada Goose to get their mothers, and now they don't have mothers to stay warm. So this organization lets you donate fur. Let's say you get a fur from a relative as an inheritance or just something like that. You just happen to, there's fur lying around your house and you don't know why. You can donate it to your local Buffalo Exchange. If you don't have a Buffalo Exchange, you could just go on the Coats for Cubs website and see where you can donate your fur. So it's a great organization called Coats for Cubs, and I will put the link in the description below, like I always do. Lady and I thank you very much. I think Lady's gonna be my new co-star. I really do. Do you want to be my new co-star? I'll even put the little clip at the end that Stephanie and I have on our vegan Instagram page, if you want to look at that too. And I will see you next time, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at our live at 10 a.m. North American time. Bye guys.
Hi everybody, we are at Buffalo Exchange and we have a fur coat in the back seat. It was given to me by a neighbor that passed away. She thought she was being nice, but well, I mean she was, I guess, but obviously we do not approve of fur. No one should wear fur. It's insane. You're an asshole if you do. But Nancy found this great program at Buffalo Exchange.
Buffalo Exchange does this great program called Coats for Cubs, and it basically, you bring your mink coat in or any fur item you have, and they give it to a wildlife foundation that for animals that have been killed, their babies now need warmth because their moms are dead from fur trappings. And so that's what the program is, Coats for Cubs.
So we are gonna go do that right now.
Yeah.